Hello and welcome to this training tutorial. This video will cover dimensioning and some reporting. Okay, so first of all I'm just going to resize the screen as most of my dimensions will be in the XY view. So I'm just going to left click on this line to start a dimension, left click on the opposing line, and you can see my dimension lines on the screen. Now if I hold down Shift key I can move the dimension outside of the dimension lines. If I right click on a dimension, I can then look at the nominals, descriptions and tolerances. We have a description here, 55mm between line and line. Just want to edit that to say something more applicable, 55mm length, and apply the changes. Okay, now we notice here we've got a couple of tick boxes. This one will show the geometric function, so I can remove parallelism and reapply it. I can also remove the measured dimension by unticking. Okay, so here we have the nominal of 55mm. This has been estimated as the nearest 0.1 to the actual measured size. So if I change that to something else, 56, it's now outside of tolerance and it's shown as red on the screen. We also got the options to edit tolerances. This can be absolute or relative, and both boxes will affect the neighbouring boxes. So I've just set this up to be out of spec. Should also dimension the width. It's going to show the identifier, give it a name. Okay, if we look at angular dimensions, always click on the longest feature first, but you notice graphically I can choose any of the quadrants. Okay, I'm going to dimension a diameter, so I left click the circle twice, and left click again to drop the dimension. So I'm going to get the slot width. So software will default to the center of the circles. If I right click, then choose max and max, it will give me a dimension over the circles. It's outside. Also going to dimension a true position. So a double left click, then a right click to bring up the menu. If I right click on here, I have some options. So we can check the nominal position. Again, these are estimates. I can unshow the Z because that's a zero value, it's not applicable. We can also choose maximum metal condition. So we need to type in the smallest hole size. So here the tolerance will be starting at 5.99. You can see we have a tolerance of 250 microns, plus the 3 microns gives us a total tolerance of 253 microns. What I'm going to do here is add some datum labels. So I'm going to call the plane datum A. Double left click and a right click to show the menu. I'm just going to drop this in one of the other Z views. I'm going to make the reference circle datum B. Then a double left click and a right click. Choose datum. And finally I'll choose the constructor line as datum C. And a double left click and a right click to choose datum. So now I want to display these datums within this window, so I choose it here, add A, choose B, add C, add, and OK. So you can see now the full geometric framework on the screen. You can also dimension between circles. If I do a right click at this stage, I can choose between horizontal or vertical dimensions. I want to plot a PCD, so I need to construct a circle with the spanner icon, select each circle in turn, choose a type of construction. You see it being plotted as we go. Finish construction, and you can see that there's an offset in the x and the y. You can also check concentricity between these two circles once I place the diameter. Just going to call this PCD for the help on the report. Okay, let's check concentricity between the centre hole and the constructed circle. So just select the two circles and left click, and it will default to a concentricity value. Also going to add the datum label. Okay, I'm going to dimension this cone back to the plane. So cone first to plane will give me an angular dimension. But notice we have a run out here rather than a squareness. So to achieve squareness, I need to construct a line through the centre of the cone. So construct, select the cone twice. There's now a line running through the middle of the cone. So same angle, different geometric tolerance. Okay, what I want to do now is dimension the depth of the cone. So we just do the same but in a different order. So it'd be plane first, then cone. This will give me the theoretical endpoint. Hold down the shift key. There we go. Also want to know what diameter the cone would make if it met the surface. So I'll do a circle construct between the plane and the cone. Then I can dimension this, construct a circle to get this dimension. Okay, if you look at reports, you can run it from two places, from a right click or from the top menu. So I'll choose graphic details, then I'll choose 3 views and also put some information in the headers. I'm just going to call this test piece. Also going to edit the labels. Now, I've got an auto field here. If I click on the I button down here, we can copy a bit of text. We'll then import the date. So I'm just going to right click and copy. I'm just going to paste this into the date field. So whenever it sees that, it will put in the correct date. You don't have to type it in. So this will run the reports. So we get a preview. See the information's come in at the bottom from the headers. We can also import logos. Okay, we can toggle between the different views. And we can save this as an Excel based file. So I'll just navigate to where you want to save it. We've got the option of putting date and time markers on the file name. You can see at the bottom. And save. So if I clear this, this is a report viewer, so I can then bring in previous reports. So load a file, just navigate to where I saved the last one. And I can bring this back again. You can also load folders as well as single files. Okay, I also want a tabulated dimensions report, so this will give me a tabulated report. So you can see our descriptions where I've entered them are in the left hand column. We've also got nominals, actual, error, upper and lower tolerance. Also got the pass and fail statement and the geometric features at the end. I'll save this as well. That completes this tutorial. Thank you for watching.